This morning, a friend of mine told me that she was feeling disappointed in herself because she felt jealous of a friend of hers. Something good had happened to a friend of hers and she was feeling jealous. And so she felt kind of a sense of inadequacy for feeling jealous.
I mean, I would feel jealous too. So.
Well, me too, right? So I think it's a natural thing to feel jealous of a friend. And so I felt a little sense of like, I don't know, protective indignation.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be upset with yourself. Now, let me explain something. I like to use animals when I talk about feelings. So here's some animals here. So a person can feel jealous, and maybe even a big jealous. Sometimes I use my elephant to represent big feelings.
Yeah.
And a person can also feel a little bit happy for the person. Like, emotions don't have to be exclusive. And otherwise it could be the other way around. Like, you could feel like really happy for your friend or a little bit
jealous.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be one or the other. In fact, I sometimes like to use a plate to represent our awareness or the space for things, and we can share the plate with big and little feelings.
So even if you're big jealous, you could still have a little bit of happiness altogether.
Yeah, exactly. So I also use crayons to represent emotions. And I actually do this in one of my parent-child self-compassion classes. I know that you started a new job this morning.
Yeah, when I started my new job, I felt...
So these crayons can represent the different emotions.
Yeah. I felt like a little frustrated because it was ruining my schedule and I couldn't do other things that I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
But also like a little bit excited, but also very nervous.
So nervous would be like your elephant emotion?
Yes, for sure. Because I didn't know what was gonna happen, and it was unexpected, and like not unexpected, but I didn't know what was gonna happen. And then I also felt happy, and I think that's it.
That's it. Yeah. So again, we can create space for all of these feelings, right? They don't have to. One doesn't have to cut out the other. And actually, in my parent-child class, I like to take this one step further and have kids wrap any difficult emotions. Which ones would you consider to be difficult?
Frustrated and nervous.
Yeah. And so you could wrap those in whichever ones those are. I don't know which ones those are, but you could wrap them in a blanket and be like, this is like self-compassion, right? You could add compassion to the plate. That's an emotion too. You know, like, oh, like these are human emotions. They're a little challenging and like I can handle this.
Yeah.
I can handle this. So that would be your example of starting your new job. Let's go back, and you can do this too if you're watching the recording. Think about a time when you felt jealous of someone, because that's the one we started with, right?
Yeah.
So maybe somebody got like a nice vacation, or they got the job you wanted, or they got
like tickets to a concert you wanted to go
yes,
to.
a toy you were wishing for. Think about what kinds of feelings you would have if they got what you wanted. I can already tell you, jealousy would definitely be on my plate.
Probably a little, like it depends, but happy for them.
Happy. By the way, can I tell you just a little mini interruption here? One day, Anjali, your little sister, was jealous of you. Ooh, she can be okay with me saying her name. I'll have to ask her. Oh, okay, but I asked her if she could be also a little bit happy for you. And she said like a teeny tiny bit happy. So even if like happy's little, it still counts, right?
Yeah.
So we've got jealous, we've got happy. What other emotions might you feel if your friend got something that you were wishing for?
Envious?
Envious, absolutely.
Maybe ashamed for feeling jealous in the first place. Like what you were saying on the phone call.
Yes. So I think that's what happened to my friend this morning. My friend felt like disappointed or ashamed of herself because she felt jealous.
Yeah.
Like this little cycle. Anything else?
Maybe frustrated because like I want that too.
Absolutely. And I might also maybe feel a little bit hopeful. Like, could I possibly get that too, right? And again, we can create space for these. Any difficult ones we can wrap in compassion, which I'd say jealous is difficult, frustrated is difficult. Any other ones here? Oh, shame and disappointment, difficult. Again, I know. All right, and so again, we can wrap these up and just remind ourselves it's human to feel this way. It's okay to feel this way, and it's hard, so we can be kind to ourselves.
Yeah.
So this is an activity that adults can do with kids. It's also, there's a variation of this that I call this share the plate activity that is in my mindfulness and self-compassion workbook for kids, volume 1. And that's coming out in October.
It's a really good workbook. So we worked really hard in it, and it's unique too. It's unlike normal workbooks where you get to actually interact with it, and the kids will be able to relate.
So embracing all of our feelings makes us more whole, makes us have less. Actually, ironically, it makes the difficult emotions less sticky when we just let it all in.
Yeah.